Welcome back to Hannity. So Donald Trump continues to push his plan to combat illegal immigration. Here's what he said last night when asked if the 14th Amendment protects babies born to illegal parents living in the United States.
I think you're wrong about the 14th Amendment, and frankly, the whole thing with anchor babies and the concept of anchor babies, they're saying it's not going to hold up in court. Now, it's going to have to be tested, but they say it's not going to hold up in court. Regardless, when people are illegally in the country, they have to go. I'd much rather find out whether or not anchor babies are actually citizens, because a lot of people don't think they are.
Here now with reaction, the author of the #1 New York Times bestseller for 2 weeks in a row, Plunder and Deceit. We call him the Great One, Mark Levin. Thank me. How am I?
You're looking pretty good.
It's the makeup. All right. Now, Rand Paul was right on this. Trump was right on this. Cruz is right on this. Walker's right on this. You mentioned on your radio program yesterday, and I think this is important, I think it's worth putting up, Republican Senator Jacob Howard of Michigan, while they were debating the 14th Amendment, he's the author of the clause, every person born within the limits of the United States and subject to their jurisdiction is by virtue of natural law and national law a citizen of the U.S. This will not, of course, include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens who belong to the families of ambassadors or foreign ministers accredited to the government of the United States, but will include every other class of persons. It settled, and as you pointed out, it settles the great question of citizenship and removes all doubt as to what this clause meant. Why are so many people getting this wrong?
Because they're result-oriented, because they want to insist the Constitution says what it doesn't say. Moreover, the Supreme Court has never ruled that the children of illegal aliens are American citizens. So the Supreme Court has never ruled it. Even if they did, it would be wrong. The clause speaks for itself. The author of the clause made it abundantly, unequivocally clear. And let me add one other thing. Let's read the clause together, shall we? All persons born or naturalized in the United States. Let's stop there. If it means what the proponents of birthright citizenship say, it would stop right there. All persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens. There's no need for anything else. But that's not what it says. Then it says, and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. Now, you have some slip-and-fall lawyers, some phony constitutional lawyers. They have Esquire after their name. They come on TV. They go all over the place. Jurisdiction means geography. Jurisdiction has nothing to do with geography. Zero. It had to do with political allegiance to the United States of America. How do we know it? Because they said it. And they also excluded everybody that the left and some of the Republicans want to include. Now, here's the good news. There's another part of the Constitution. It's Article 1, Section 8, Clause 4. Here's what that says in plain English. The Congress shall have power to establish an uniform rule of naturalization. Now, you know what that means? That means Congress, not the courts, not the president, not ICE. It means the United States Congress has the power to regulate immigration in this regard. And guess what, Sean? In the 1920s, that's exactly what it did. The 14th Amendment excludes Indians, that is, Native Americans, as U.S. citizens because they felt that they had an allegiance to their own national tribes. Okay, great. And I believe it was in 1923, Congress reversed course and said, you know what, under the 14th Amendment and under this Article 1, we've decided to grant citizenship, national citizenship,
this is
to all Native Americans.
Because you're talking about...
It could not be clearer.
Article 1, Section 8, you're right. It gives the broadest possible power to the Congress to establish the uniform rule of naturalization. This should not be even in debate. And what we're talking about here are people that enter this country illegally, so-called anchor babies. Their children are born here, and people on the left want them to automatically gain citizenship. Part of Trump's deal and Ted Cruz and Scott Walker and Rand Paul, they're saying no. They're right, you're right, and these other people obviously don't know history. I don't know. So I guess there's going to be a big debate.
Look, I have been looking into this, talking about this for years, long before this presidential cycle. Of course, Trump is right, and Cruz is right, and Sessions is right. They're all right. And to hear so-called constitutional conservatives trip all over themselves to sound like liberals, to rewrite this provision and accuse those of us who actually know something about it, know the history about it, know the senators who were involved in it, know what went into it, know what was meant by it, that we're the activists, that we're the extremists. Look, if you want a policy of open borders, that anybody born here should become a United States citizen, you amend the Constitution. We don't have to amend the Constitution. It says what we say it says, and by statute, going forward, prospectively, Congress can, in fact, say, we want to emphasize to this federal government, to this president, no, you cannot make children of illegal aliens American citizens automatically.
All right, agree completely. What is your take on Hillary Clinton and all that's happening with this email server? I've gone over the individual laws. We had Rudy Giuliani last night, former prosecutor. We went over all the laws involved in all of this. She's being flippant, talking about Snapchat. Oh, do you mean I clean it with a cloth, Ed? And playing dumb.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. What is your take? Because the FBI is investigating this. You got the same investigators that looked into the Betrayus case. I think if I was Hillary, I'd be a lot less flippant and a lot more serious about it.
I think the problem is the U.S. attorney appointed by Obama in the District of Columbia has not impaneled a federal grand jury, which should be impaneled. She should have to testify in front of it. Maybe she won't be so flip under oath. So should her aides. Apparently now their cell phones and the texting are missing. I don't even know how many servers we're talking about at this point. We have a server in a bathroom. We have a server in a barn. Here's the bottom line. That information belongs to the American people. That information we paid for. That information may or may not be classified. If it's classified, she's in bigger trouble. Even if it's not classified, if she has personal emails on a government server, they belong to us. Now, here's the section of the law that is most problematic for Hillary Clinton, the Federal Penal Code, Section 793. Whoever being entrusted with or having lawful possession or control of any document or information relating to the national defense through gross negligence, not purposeful intent, permits the same to be removed from its proper place of custody or delivered to anyone in violation of his trust, or to be lost, stolen, obstructed, or destroyed, and so forth. Why do we not have a federal grand jury? Why do we have to learn all this piecemeal from the media? We don't even know what kind of investigation is going on. This is serious business. Now it's time for Obama to get off the damn golf course in Martha's Vineyard and do something about this.
Don't hold your breath. That's not happening. But that server should have been seized immediately.
No, I won't.
Let me ask you one quick question. You see the phenomenon. You see the polls. Latest Fox poll, number 1, 2, and 3, you got Trump, Carson, and Ted Cruz, 3 insurgent candidates. Doesn't that speak volumes about the anger that you as a conservative have, I as a conservative have, against Republicans that say all the right things in election years and are timid and weak and incapable of fulfilling basic promises?
It says that the heart and core of the Republican Party, Reagan conservatives, constitutional conservatives, are disgusted with a party that's lost its way and got majorities in the House and Senate by lying to us about defunding Obamacare, lying to us about immigration and so forth and so on. And the American people, including we conservatives, we're looking for a leader, we're looking for a statesman, and we will find one, and we will nominate that person, and hopefully we will elect that person to the presidency. We'll see who it turns out to be. But that's what's going on. We are fed up with the Republican establishment.
All right, Mark Levin, the great one. Congratulations. Plunder, Deceit, number 1, New York Times bestseller, 2 weeks in a row. Good to see you, Mark. Coming up, Donald Trump was... Welcome back to Hannity. So Donald Trump was on the stump tonight and held a town hall in New Hampshire. He spoke to reporters before the event. Here are some of those highlights.
The first thing is building a wall, which Mexico will pay for. Okay? We're going to build it. I know how to do it. It's going to be a real wall, not a toy wall like we have right now that's 10 feet tall, and it's a fence. We're going to have a real wall. And people are going to come into our country, and I want people to come in. I want people of great talent to come in. But I want a lot of people to come in. They have to come in legally. A woman is going to have a baby. They wait on the border. Just before the baby, they come over to the border. They have the baby in the United States. We now take care of that baby, Social Security, Medicare, education. Give me a break.
Now, there's also a new report that two Democratic lawmakers, Congressman Ruben Gallego and Tony Cardenas, they're trying to block Donald Trump's name from being displayed outside a new hotel in Washington, D.C. Now, last week, they sent a letter to the Interior Department citing Trump's comments about illegal immigrants. They wrote in part, quote, "We understand the Department of Interior rightly prohibits the display of racist or insensitive emblems on the lands that it controls. In accordance with this policy and with keeping with the department's recent efforts to bar the Washington Redskins logo on public lands, we urge you to use all available authorities under current law to prevent the Trump name from being prominently displayed at a new hotel." Here with reaction, editor-in-chief of her new website, Laura Ingraham, is with us, and Fox News contributor and correspondent, the only guy in TV with one name, Geraldo.
Hi.
All right.
Hi, Laura.
This is stupid. We all agree? Stupid?
They should grow up. This is not an issue for responsible adults to be discussing. It's ridiculous.
I've had battles with you over immigration. We've had some.
Really?
Yeah, okay. Trump legally is right. You got to build a wall. You got to defend the country's borders. I would take the 93 million Americans out of the labor force and give them jobs in the interim, let them work, those that can work, those that are able-bodied. And those people that came here illegally, why did they get to stay when they didn't respect our laws and sovereignty?
Well, you say that Trump is right legally. The basic legal document in this country is the Constitution of the United States. Enshrined in the Constitution of the United States is the 14th Amendment.
But they're not
passed
citizens.
in 1868.
They're not citizens.
It calls anyone born here subject to the jurisdiction of the United States is a citizen of the United States.
Excuse me, I just went over with Mark Levin, the guy that authored the 14th Amendment.
It was not Mark Levin.
Excuse me, no, it was not. It was Senator Howard Jacob, and he pointed out the interpretation, it did not include alien citizens.
Why are conservatives generally, and Trump, if you consider him a conservative, certainly on this issue he is, going to argue to alter the Constitution of the United States?
It's not altering the Constitution.
Yeah. When you can make meaningful arguments about certain aspects. The wall, for example, is a good argument. If you want to spend the couple of $100 billion it takes to build the wall, then God bless, go do it. You want to talk about a guest worker program being enormously enhanced. You want to talk about Mexico having some fiscal responsibility for the national.
Let me bring Laura in here. All right, Laura, I go back to the author of the clause of the 14th Amendment, and I go back. This will not, of course, include persons born in the United States who are foreigners, aliens, who belong to families of ambassadors, of foreign ministers. So the author of the 14th Amendment was very clear about this.
No, I mean, your segment with Mark Levin, I mean, said it all. There's really nothing else to say about this. But I think what we have to get back to, Sean, is that no one that I know of, and I'm talking Democrat or Republican that I know of, believes that any voter in this country thinks it's a moral imperative that anytime someone steps a foot over the border, we have a moral obligation to allow them to stay here. But that is precisely the position of a lot of people on the more pro-amnesty side. It's not just giving amnesty to the people who are here. It's that anyone who comes here, no matter how they get here, should be able to stay here. Now, I don't think anyone ever voted for that. I don't think that's what the country demands now. That's what the country needs with all of our problems that we have today, all of the overcrowding in the schools, the health care demands, the infrastructure crumbling. We don't need more problems in the country. That's why Trump is resonating to the extent that he's resonating.
I think that's a great analysis.
He wouldn't be at 25% if the country was happy about the immigration situation.
I don't understand why you think that, with all due respect, and Laura is very articulate, why do you think that's a great analysis? I don't think that's the argument at all.
Because here's the analysis.
There are
what
several
are you talking
things.
about?
Everyone picture in your mind, if I can have 30 seconds, picture in your mind the picture of Jim Goldman, my friend, the INS agent, taking Elian Gonzalez out of the closet. So there's the terrified kid about to be repatriated, deported essentially, taken out of the United States,
we know
brought
the
to Cuba.
emotional argument
Now multiply
you're playing,
that by 3 million times.
For every emotional argument we'll make about the poor illegal immigrant father being separated from his family, I will see you, and then raise you another anecdote of a 49-year-old guy who used to have a great landscaping business, and unfortunately, he didn't hire illegal laborers, so he can't compete. So, Geraldo, I submit that your position is closer to the position of all these rich people in America who make a lot of money off of bringing a lot of indigent people into the country, but regular people aren't making money off of it.
Right,
Their life isn't getting any better. Their wages aren't going up. They're not racist. They're not anti-immigrant. They're Americans.
Let me
and they need to be
the crops
respected
are
as
going
such.
unpicked in California, the Wall Street Journal said last week, because they have a shortage of
the
labor.
great defender of the underclass, the
All
Wall
right,
Street
so now the
Journal.
Wall Street Journal and I are both wrong.
Let me raise Laura. Let me raise your point.
For a reason.
I
So
wanna
5%
raise-
of illegal laborers are in the fields. 5%.
I want to raise Laura's raise here because there's 93 million Americans out of the labor force, 50 million in poverty, and 46 million on food stamps. Geraldo, we had a segment last night. The people that are being hurt the most by illegal immigrants not respecting our laws are black Americans, Hispanic Americans that are citizens that are now have limited jobs because greater competition driving down wages.
Agricultural workers, poultry processors, meat packers, the
5%.
people who deliver food 2 a.m. on a Friday, on a
it's insulting.
February night, on a bicycle.
Yeah.
Where are the citizens
It's
to take those
insulting.
jobs, Sean?
It's insulting. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Geraldo.
The country is
Geraldo.
energized
Laura.
by these immigrants.
So what Geraldo's saying is that Americans are too lazy to work. And Jeb Bush says Americans aren't fertile. They don't start businesses like as much as immigrants, illegal immigrants. And to that, I will say, that's what infuriates so many of the people who are looking at this guy who maybe not even a conservative, Donald Trump, and saying, gosh, I guess I'm just going to throw in with him at this point because I'm not a bad person and all these people are trying to paint me as such just because I want a country.
All right, we'll continue this debate. Good to see you both.
We shall continue this.
And thank you all. And coming up, another Planned Parenthood video released earlier today. This may be the worst one yet. Shannon Bream will join us later with a full report. Plus, Sheriff David Clark in studio, a rare appearance to talk about the Black Lives Matters movement. Now, this is video emerges of Hillary Clinton having a very tense exchange with members of that group and more as we continue.